This program was made possible by contributions to your PBS station from viewers like you. Thank you.
Wish You Were Here, produced under an agreement with the Upper Cumberland Development District and made possible in part through support from the United States Department of Commerce Economic Development Administration.
In the heart of Tennessee, there's a little slice of heaven you just gotta see. Oh man, wish you were here.
Hi, I'm Caitlin Steakley. Welcome to Wish You Were Here, Adventures in Tennessee's Upper Cumberland. Ready to explore? Me too. But first, let's grab a cup of coffee at Rockabilly Coffee right here in downtown Carthage. Virginia, thank you so much for having us.
Yeah, thank you guys for coming.
We want to hear about Rockabilly. Can you tell us the story of how Rockabilly got started?
Yeah, absolutely. So I've wanted to do a coffee shop since I was about 13 years old, and I wanted to do it in a small town like Carthage, where I grew up. I wasn't ever intending to actually move back here, but after going to college, I just fell in love with the idea of coming home to a community and everybody knowing everybody, and I just really missed that. And it's been very steady, very well supported by the community. We do a full espresso bar, so we have some specialty drinks, we do regular coffee, and then my mom makes all of our pastries from scratch.
Let's see what adventures our Wish You Were Here correspondent Shan Stout had when she visited the Sergeant Alvin C. York State Historical Park during their annual memorial shoot.
Nestled in the Cumberland Mountains in the valley of the Three Forks of the Wolf River, you'll find Sergeant Alvin C. York State Historic Park at Pall Mall, Tennessee. This was the home of Sergeant York, one of the most decorated soldiers of World War I. He was so celebrated that Warner Brothers made a film about his exploits, with Gary Cooper playing York. The film, Sergeant York, became an instant classic and was the highest-grossing movie of 1941. The state park includes a visitor center where you can find out more about Sergeant York. You can take a guided tour of his house, check out the grist mill, and a reproduction of a World War I trench. A few times a year, the park hosts World War I reenactments and a variety of living history events so you and your family can experience a small taste of what it must have been like. Each spring, the state park hosts the annual Alvin C. York Memorial Black Powder Shoot. Shooters come from all over North America. Come on down. Visitors are welcome.
Hi everyone, I'm Shan Stout and we are here at the Sergeant Alvin C. York Memorial Black Powder Shoot in Pall Mall, Tennessee. And it is my privilege to be here with Gerald York, grandson of Sergeant York. Now, this is a 30-year event. Can you tell us how that got started?
My uncle, Andrew Jackson York, was park ranger here at the state park. A couple called the Swensons came down and they wanted to do a memorial shoot in honor of my grandfather. And they wanted to reproduce what happened early on when my grandfather was young and black powder shooting. And we have people here that have been here for the last 27 shoots.
I'm here with the match director, Robin Warner, and this is not only a 30-year event, Robin, but you call it...
Oh, this is the Masters Golf Tournament, the Super Bowl. Even though this happens very early in our shooting season, if you win this shoot, they talk about you all year. Sergeant York has always been somebody that I held in very high esteem. And in fact, he was in the 82nd Infantry, which became the 82nd Airborne. And when I got into the military, that's where I wound up.
I'm here with Bill Birch, and he won the very first shootout. Now, what do you love most? How did you become a fan of shooting with black powder?
I'm a TV person. I grew up with TV. Davy Crockett, that hooked everybody.
They say that once you win, you have a #1 on your back, and then everybody's just trying to be better than you. I think that's such an honor. I think this is amazing.
Yes, but that pedestal is very slippery. I didn't stand there very long.
Now, you're gonna help me today. I wanna see the whole experience. So for people that maybe don't understand the sport of using black powder in these authentic guns, can you show me? Basically, you're consistent. You have to do the things the consistent way. Powder patch ball. You go powder. Or it won't shoot at all.
As a rule, unregistered visitors are not allowed to shoot a long rifle, both because of safety concerns and because this is a competition. However, in our enthusiastic Shan's case, the organizers kindly made an unheard of exception.
Get comfortable.
Here, all right.
Get comfortable, and then you're gonna touch that one.
Okay.
And then you're gonna just pull it.
All right. You ready? How close can my face be to the gun? Up. Yeah. Wow. Wow. I just did that.
How'd it feel?
It felt so powerful. I feel masculine. It's so great. So great. Okay, I'm a fan. I'm a fan. I'm coming back.
Let's see what trouble our Wish You Were Here correspondent Rafferty Cleary got into when he visited the Dale Hollow National Fish Hatchery just below the dam at Dale Hollow Lake.
The rivers and lakes in Tennessee's Upper Cumberland abound with fishing opportunities. Here you can fish for bass, catfish, crappie, bluegill, muskie, sauger, and trout to your heart's content. The rainbow, brown, lake, and brook trout are stocked regularly from a facility operated by the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service at the base of the Dale Hollow Dam. You can visit for yourself. I'm telling you, you've never seen so many trout.
Hello everybody, I'm Rafferty Cleary, and today we're at the Dale Hollow National Fish Hatchery. And I'm trying to catch a rainbow trout. And it's not easy. This is a rainbow trout, stocking size. Oh. I'm with Thomas Reeves. He is a fish biologist with the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service. Thomas, tell us a little bit about the Dale Hollow National Fish Hatchery. What's its main goals here?
Our primary goal here is to make up for the human impact of the reservoir that's in place. That reservoir has increased the depth of Dale Hollow Lake and decreased the water temperature, the water's coming out of that reservoir. So the species that can survive in that waterway are now trout that we have to raise at this facility. Dale Hollow National Fish Hatchery runs at 16,000 gallons per minute. So our facility has focused most of their efforts on rearing the eggs to actual catchable size. So this facility grows out millions of catchable size trout every year.
I'm with David Capps with the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service. David, what type of impact is the Dale Hollow National Fish Hatchery having on local fishing opportunities?
We have a lot of opportunity here at Dale Hollow. We stock the Caney River anywhere from 6 to 7 months a year. We do local stocking here also below the hatchery at a stream, and we also stock the Obi River on a weekly basis.
So David, what about beyond local? I mean, how many fish come out of this facility, and then how far does the reach extend as far as where you're providing fish to?
Approximately, we'll do about 1.7 to 2 million fish throughout Middle Tennessee and Eastern Tennessee, and we also go as far as to Alabama, and we supply Georgia also with trout. And as far as pounds, we'll probably stock anywhere from 300 to 350,000 pounds a year from this facility.
So give us some secrets here. Where are the fishing holes, the honey holes here in the area?
Everywhere. We put out our fish according with the state's program. So anywhere that the Tennessee Wildlife Resource Agency tells us to stock is where we stock our fish. Great opportunity for kids to learn how to fish. We stock the Hatchery Creek, the water that's coming out of this facility. We stock it every single Friday without fail, except for maybe holidays. We'll stock it on Thursday instead of Friday. And then we'll also stock the Obi River and everywhere local for the hatchery as often as possible.
Do you like museums? Shan Stout recently had the chance to visit the Black History Museum in McMinnville, Tennessee. Let's see what she found out.
It is my pleasure to be here today in beautiful McMinnville, Tennessee. We're here at the Black History Museum of Warren County, and I have Wayne Walford. He's not only the director, but the curator of the museum. Now, Wayne, thank you so much for having us today. Can you tell us a little bit of how the Black History Museum got started?
Well, the mission came from upstairs, and I grabbed it by the reins. It needed to be done. We're only 1% here. We have some very influential people in Warren County.
If you're a history buff, you're not going to want to miss this. Will you give us a tour?
Yes, I can.
Now, inside the museum, you're going to see many, many rooms and displays. This is just one of several rooms. Now, tell us, Wayne, what's going on in this room? It feels a little patriotic to me.
Well, it is patriotic because we have military in here and we have American Legion. We have the Tuskegee Airmen, okay, which we're called Red Tails for a nickname. We also have another photo of the Buffalo Soldiers. One individual came in and brought a World War II stretcher, and if he could tell stories, well, I'm sure that's probably another movie or whatever.
Now, the photos over here on the wall, every one of these are from Warren County?
Yes,
this is a pure representation of Warren County heroes?
Yes. I actually got the photos of these individuals that have served this country well.
Now, tell us a little bit about what's going on in this room. It looks like there's some principals and some teachers that are being honored, maybe a school?
Yes, some of these schools were done much earlier in the 1800s. We have no idea who these people are or the name of the school, because a lot of the schools were called colored school, and that's it. So you had no idea who they were. And one of the main things I wanted to put out was a guy by the name of Julius Rosenwald, and he was the president of Sears and Roebuck back in the day. He helped produce 5,000 schools for black children. And he was also good buddies with Booker T. Washington. I have a graduation picture here of around 1942. They were principal people as far as the United States is concerned. One was one of the most prestigious black men during the 60s, during John F. Kennedy's time. And the other one, he was first black judge in Indiana. And we have a photo here with them standing side by side in the same graduating class. I thought that was really neat.
Now, we've worked our way to the back of the museum, and you promised this room is full of surprises.
Yes, it is. I have one here, which is my cousin. He was the first black judge in Indiana. And the other one is Carl T. Rowan, which was the ambassador of Finland. He was the Department of Intelligence for John F. Kennedy and Johnson. He wrote 8 books. He was syndicated in 180 newspapers.
That's amazing.
And many people don't know that he was one of the first 15 black naval officers. But he had the highest position for as a black citizen in USA during that particular time. When Mark Gwynn was in McMinnville as a policeman, I used to cut his hair, of course, quite naturally, until right now.
You cut it right off.
But he was the TBI officer for Tennessee for 14 years. And you know, and coming from McMinnville, that's great.
Our correspondent, Rafferty Cleary, recently visited the Red Silo Brewing Company in Cookeville, Tennessee, a popular watering hole amongst both locals and visitors. Rafferty?
Thanks, Caitlin. I'm here at Red Silo Brewing Company, the heart of Cookeville's historic west side. Let's go on inside and check out some of the refreshments and see what they have to offer. I'm here in the brew room at Red Silo Brewery with Jim Helton. He is the co-owner of Red Silo Brewery. Jim, how many brews are you all concocting in the brew room?
We have 30 beers on tap, and we probably have upwards of 50 recipes.
So Jim, who's the master of these concoctions in the brew room?
Nephi Benegas is our brewer. He came on board about 2 years ago, and he's done a fabulous job of following our recipes and replicating our recipes, because consistency is a big thing in craft brewing.
Alexis Johnson is with us. She is a beer slinger.
Right.
Is that right?
Yes.
Did I get that right?
Yes.
We're gonna reverse roles today. I'm gonna be beer slinger and she's gonna grade me to see how good I do. So let's go ahead and give it a shot here. All right. Is that right?
This is terrible.
Give me, I mean.
No, that is all foam in there.
All right, teach me.
All right,
Come on,
all
I
right.
can get this.
So, first step,
All right,
grab your glass, and then we are going to rinse it.
rinse.
Yes, it's going to make the glass nice and cold.
That was
get
the
out
key.
any dirt,
That was
dust.
the key step that I missed.
Yeah,
right
a little
there.
bit. Okay.
All right.
All right, now you're going to tilt your glass a little bit.
All
Yep.
right.
Pull the tap all the way forward.
I didn't pour it all the way forward
Nope.
the
And
last
now
time.
straighten it up.
All right, now
There we go. All right.
this is the art of pouring a perfect glass.
Much better. Much better. I got some beer in that sip.
They'll
Good.
hire me, won't they? Would they hire me?
You got to fill out an application. It's a lengthy process. I don't know.
Alexis, Jim, so 30 brews on tap here at Red Silo. Let's call these your 6 finest, at least, lined up here. The garnishes. Alexis, explain what these two are here.
So this one is our Belgian thong. It is going to be similar to a Blue Moon, so it does have that nice citrusy taste to it. So we add the orange to just add a little more pizzazz. The one with the lime is our Big Mexican. It is a Mexican amber lager. So of course that lime just kind of heightens the flavor.
Pizzazz. I like
yes.
pizzazz there. All right, Jim, so tell us a little bit about the remaining brews here.
Well, the darker beer nearest you is our peanut butter porter, and it's been a staple of ours since we opened. We actually were making it before we did open. I got threatened with cutting my tires if I took it off tap to keep it a seasonal beer, but it's on tap all the time. The next beer in line is our Dublin Coffee House. It's a seasonal, it'll come in once a year. The next one is our Honey Bear Blonde. It's a honey ale, obviously. It's been one that we made for a graduation several years ago, and it's been so popular we kept it on tap. And we have just recently started making seltzers. This is currently our cotton candy seltzer, and it's a very, very popular product.
This one doesn't even last a full day. Once it's on tap, people come running. Lasts probably maybe 4 or 5 hours before the keg's gone.
Well, that's all for now. Make sure you stop into Red Silo next time you're in the Upper Cumberland. Cheers.
Cheers.
The Appalachian Center for Craft is a nationally recognized school for artists, and is a jewel of the Upper Cumberland. Our correspondent Matt Beal visited their campus during their free Celebration of Craft event held every spring.
Hello and welcome to Wish You Were Here. I'm Matt Beal here at the beautiful Appalachian Center for Craft with our special guest, Kim Winkle. I'm excited to have you. Tell us about the Appalachian Center for Craft.
Well, the Appalachian Center for Craft is an 87,000 square foot facility dedicated to craft and craft education. We're placed on 500 acres of beautiful Army Corps engineer land where we have hiking trails that go down to the lake in addition to our wonderful craft programs. Our craft programs include a Bachelor of Fine Arts degree program. We have community education programs so the general public can come and take a week-long or weekend workshop to really immerse themselves in our wonderful craft studios. In addition, we have a wonderful retail gallery where we show works and sell works of regional artists and artists who are affiliated with the Craft Center in some form or fashion.
As a man of action, our correspondent, Matt, decided to take part in one of the hands-on craft activities. One young guest agreed to teach him how to create a paper book.
So you do this, and then...
Like this?
No, that's not how you do it.
That's not how I do it. Okay, how am I supposed to do it?
You gotta pull it up to
all the way
top,
up. Okay.
and then crease it. And then the next part you do is you fold it
like
the
this?
other way. Yes.
Okay.
And then you crease it.
Oh, look, I'm getting better at this already. We are outside the glass blowing studio and I am joined by instructor of glass, Damon McNaugh. So tell us, what is the most challenging aspect of glass blowing?
I think probably one of the most challenging aspects of glass is getting the piece away successfully. There's a lot that can go wrong. The process is complex and involved. And as you've seen in the hot shop, it's a team effort. And so we hope everything goes right from start to finish and that we can get the piece away successfully.
Absolutely. And how hot does the glass actually get?
The glass is quite hot. The furnace with our glass is 2,150 degrees Fahrenheit. And so that puts the oven at home in perspective. It's hot.
Yes, it does.
Let's check in to see how Matt's craft project is coming.
And then what you're gonna do is you're gonna take half of your hand like this.
Uh-oh. You'll have to show me how. Right here?
So keep this part up.
Okay, keep this part up.
Yes. Yeah, like that.
Like that, okay.
Yeah, and then you lay it
I knew
down.
we'd get there. We are outside the blacksmithing shop, and I'm joined by Associate Professor of Metals, Dan Randall. Dan, I understand that the Craft Center is one of only 2 higher education institutions in the country that offers a bachelor's in blacksmithing. So tell us, how would a graduate of the program put those skills to use after graduation?
There's really a broad range of areas that you could go into. I'm sure people are really familiar with Forged in Fire, which has created a great interest in bladesmithing, and so bladesmithing is a profession unto itself. I've had students who are interested in farrier work, which would be an adjacent trade but utilizing the same fundamental principles that we use. Most go into architectural and sculptural work. And so if you think about it as jewelry for houses, there's a really large market sector there where there is a lot of opportunity for students to earn an income. We are outside the wood studio, and I'm joined by Assistant Professor of Wood, Annie Evelyn. Tell us about the woodworking program here at the Craft Center.
Well, it's amazing. It's one of the largest, best equipped studios that I've had the personal pleasure of working in, and the students have so much personal space. And also the class sizes are really small, so the students get really personalized attention.
Matt, are you finished with that paper book yet?
Then you do the same thing for about 5 times, and it can be
And
different
then we put
colors.
it all together.
Yes,
and
and
that's
then
what makes our book.
yeah, and then you glue it all together, and then it happens. It becomes.
Wow, look at that.
Or you
That's
can
awesome.
glue it together, but like this, or you could keep it closed, and then it would be like a little book, and you could write stuff in it.
I still have some work to do, I think.
You do.
Don't worry, Matt. You have other strengths.
That's our visit to the Appalachian Center for Craft right here in the Upper Cumberland. Thanks for joining us. Wish you were here.
Oh wow, you're really gonna have to visit this place. Meanwhile, join us next time for more adventures in Tennessee's Upper Cumberland. Wish you were here.
Here we go.
Do I have to clap again? When she visited the Sergeant Alvin
Wish you were here. Did you get it right? I don't know, did I?
Wish You Were Here, produced under an agreement with the Upper Cumberland Development District and made possible in part through support from the United States Department of Commerce Economic Development Administration.
This program was made possible by contributions to your PBS station from viewers like you. Thank you.